Okay, hello guys, Paul from BabelTEQ here. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about how we can sell a block of lessons, a full course of lessons. So through the booking calendar. So not just one lesson, not just a recurring lesson, but actually sell like a defined course of 10 lessons or 15 or 20 lessons or whatever, all using the booking calendar without any other third-party tools or forms. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, so this is what we've seen up until now. So a booking form like this. So if I take a look at the back end here, and this is my example website. You can just ignore that first one for now. But basically, I've got these three types of services. So one is a trial lesson, one is a one-to-one lesson, and then there's this 10-week course thing down the bottom here, which is priced at $0. So what we have been doing is so anyone who, for example, wants to have a trial lesson booking form on their site, what they would do is on the lesson booking page, come down to here. And click on this module, open the HTML form, and you can see that it uses what we call a short code that's inside those square brackets. So if I change that to service equals 4, so service equals 4, that's the service ID for a trial lesson form. So if I click on done and publish and refresh the page, right, and now we would have a trial lesson booking form where someone can come through and they'll book a free trial lesson, and that's it, and they get a confirmation, and they don't go through well, in this case they would go through a checkout because I'm actually charging $5 for a trial lesson. But if you set the price at $0, there's no checkout there. They just confirm the booking, and that's it. Let's change that. If I change this from a trial lesson to a actual paid lesson. Okay, so I want to change this from service equals 4 to service equals 5. Save that. And done and publish. So now, if I refresh this again, right. Okay, so now I have a calendar where I can actually sell individual lessons. And you'll notice that it also has this repeat this appointment option as well. So somebody can pay for, or somebody can book and pay for not just one lesson, but repeating lessons. Let's say like every week they can take another lesson. And if we look on the under the services here, this is under the bookings services option. If we look here, one-to-one lessons, I'll click on that. You can see I have enabled here set recurring appointment to weekly. So so now a customer, student has the option of choosing like a recurring weekly lesson if they want to. So that's all well and good, but it doesn't really help us if we want to make sure that a student, books a complete course. So it's better for us as teachers if we make sure that our customers pay for the whole product, the whole service product, which is a 10-week course, a 15-week course, 20-week course, whatever. So it's a little hard to actually enforce that through this type of calendar right now. And so to get around that, what we have for Premium Pro account holders is, if I go to this page, is an actual booking form. And this uses something called Gravity Forms, and you can use this to take the payment. And then when they input their credit card details and it gets processed and accepted, it goes to a course booking thank you page. And on this page, they have this calendar here, and it says you can reserve all 10 lessons now. And so this is where they would typically go through, and after they've paid, they go through and they book their classes. And that's why we have this option down here. So this is treated as an extra service with an extra service ID. So that's how it works. That's how it has worked until now. However, there is a new feature available in this booking calendar called packages. And you may have noticed this. Let's get my Zoom picture out of the way. Yes, you may have noticed there's an extra option here, packages. So what packages are, it allows you to take a service and then sell that as a multiple of that lesson. So if you've got one lesson and you want to sell that as a package of 10 lessons as a bundle, then you can do that. And I think that's a really powerful option. And if you've got a premium starter account, this is something that you can start doing already. And I think that in the future, this is going to be the default option, even for people who have a higher plan, because it's just so much easier, I think, to set up. It doesn't require going through any additional configuration options with your payment gateway. So I'm going to show you now how we can do that. So probably the first thing we should do is let's take this one here. Let's take this 10-week course. Okay, and I'm going to duplicate this. So let's hit the duplicate. Are you sure you want to duplicate this service? Yes, I am. Okay, so, all right, so let's rename this so it's not too confusing. Let's call it a 10 lesson package. Okay, and I'm okay with the time. The buffer after the time is 10 minutes. That's fine. Let's change the price. Instead of $45 per lesson, let's make it $40, so they get a little bit of a discount for booking the 10 lessons rather than individually. So these are one-to-one lessons, so minimum capacity 1, maximum capacity 1. That's the number of actual students, participants, so that's fine. Set that as it is. We don't want recurring on here, so we should disable that. Now the employees, I'm in there as an employee, that's fine. So let's just change the description here. So 10-week course. Receive $5 per lesson. Okay, let's try that. Is there anything else here we want to change? No, don't need that. Settings. Okay, yeah. So maybe we do want to change this. So the minimum time required before the booking. So probably we want to set this to 1 day. So we'd like at least 1 day notice. And also the minimum time required before canceling. I'm going to set that to 1 day as well. And minimum time before rescheduling. Let's set that to 1 day as well. Okay, and we can period available for booking in advance. I think the default here is 90 days. And you can set up a redirect URL if you want to after their booking is processed, they should be redirected to a thank you page. So I think that's it. Yep. Okay. So let's save that. Okay. So what have we got here? So this the 10-week lesson package. There it is. Now what I want to do is create a package. So we have no packages yet. Let's add a package. I'm going to call this 10-week Express Business English. How does that sound? Okay. Now the duration. So this means like how long do they actually have within which to use these lessons that they've paid for? I'm going to set this to, oops, not that many, 3 months. Okay. And give a description. So please use lesson appointments. Now service, we want to choose this one, I think it was. Yep, 10-week lesson package. Yep. And the price, now the price is going to be calculated, so we don't need to change this. So it's $40 was the price of one, and so it's just calculating the 10 lessons by the price of one lesson, so that should be fine. Actually, let's take a look here. Okay, yeah. So services, yeah. So what we want to do is increase this from 1 up to 10 because it's a 10-week course. Okay, so this is the cost of the package. 10 by 40 is $400. Now the minimum bookings required, maximum bookings required. I think that's kind of like a poorly worded label there, but that should be maybe maximum bookings possible. So what it's saying is that we need at least one booking. So when somebody pays for this course, they need to reserve their first lesson, and I think that's reasonable. So that ensures that we get that first point of contact at least. And so if that was set to, let's say, 10, that means they could book all 10 lessons when they first pay for the course. I don't know if that's such a good idea, because I think when they go through the checkout, they might book the first one and then nothing happens. They kind of get prompted, do they want to book another lesson? Do they want to book another session time, and so on? So you can do it that way. I think it's probably best practice just to leave that at 1 and 1, so that they have to book their appointment for the first lesson, and then they move on to the next step of the checkout. That's what I'm suggesting anyway. I think we're good to go now. Oh, one more thing. So let's give this some artwork. Let's give it I don't know, this guy. Okay, let's give it just a cover image there. All right, so that should be saved now. So we've now got a package. We've got this package which is using the this service that we created, service ID 11. So what we'll want to do is go back to the website and go to the, no, sorry, not that one. Well, actually, if you're on the premium, if you are on the premium starter plan, there are two things you can do here. What you can do is just remove the book a lesson. Perhaps what you could do is create a new page for what you could do is create a new page for selling the course. And if you look at the, sorry, I'm just getting a bit long-winded here, but if you look under my pages, if you look under all pages, these are the pages which you have available to you. If you are on a premium starter plan, you may see something like course booking page, but it will be listed as draft, meaning that it's not actually enabled. And the reason it's not enabled is because if you're on the premium starter plan, you don't have that booking form, the Gravity Forms booking form that I looked at. So there's no point in using that. However, what you could do is come in here to where it says quick edit, and you can change the status from draft to published. And then you can start using this page as a page on your site where you can start to sell a course. Let's go to this page. This is where we have this payment option as a form, the Gravity Forms right now. So what I'm going to do is remove this and replace it with this package that we just created. So let me hit the page editor here. Okay, I'm going to remove that. And can probably remove that as well. And what I'm going to do is look for an HTML module here. And we're going to put in square bracket. I'm going to have to click in there first. Square bracket. Amelia booking. So that's one word. Square bracket Amelia booking space show equals packages. Save that and hit done and hit publish and hit refresh. Okay, so you can see what we have now is this little form where somebody can pay for your 10-week course if they want to. That says there 10-week Express Business English. So I think this is how if you have a premium starter account now, you can start selling complete blocks of 10 lessons or 15 or 20 lessons or whatever. So what we can do also is go to the bookings and notifications. Okay, and so these are the notification emails which get sent out when some kind of event happens on the website. So let's say somebody purchases a package. We've got this package purchased. So if I click on there, you can see this is the template, and these things here with the percentage signs around them. They're like placeholders to take variables from your site. So for example, here it says dear percentage customer underscore full underscore name percentage. So it's going to take the name of the customer when they book this package, and it's going to insert it into this email which gets sent out. So it says thank you, or it says you have successfully purchased the package name. So I want to maybe change this to something that's bit, I don't know, a bit friendlier maybe. So thank you for purchasing this. Okay. And thank you for choosing our company. Maybe let's change that to something like that. So I'm looking forward to our first lesson together. So company name is fine. That's the name of, you know, your service, your school, your business. So this is what they get. We can save that. And in fact, maybe we can even improve that a little bit. So there's another notification which they get if they want to access the customer panel. That's this one down here. Okay, so the customer panel is where they can review their lesson bookings. They can cancel, they can reschedule, they can book additional lessons, and that's what in fact that they will need to do. So when somebody purchases this block of lessons from you, they're going to have to access the customer panel in order to be able to book future lessons. So they'll book their first one when they pay for it, but to book those remaining lessons, they'll need to access their customer panel. So probably what we should do is make that a bit explicit. So if I click on customer panel here, okay, so this is the kind of email template they get if they click on that link. So what I might do is copy all of this and come back to the package purchased. And let me just paste that in there. So now we've got, dear customer, thank you for purchasing package name. I'm looking forward to our first lesson together. You can access your profile on this link. Okay, and that links them to the customer panel access link, access page, I should say. You can also reschedule or cancel your lesson on that page. Please remember our terms of service apply to lesson cancellations. Maybe you should let them know your Zoom link, first lesson, and future lessons accessed customer panel. So you can play around with the wording on this. I'm going to save that. You can send a test email to yourself and just, you know, make sure that you like the wording on it. So maybe one last thing that we should do is having changed this, there's now no need for them to book lessons on the thank you confirmation page. So if you are using a thank you confirmation page, so in this case, if I go to the course booking thank you page that we saw earlier, there's really no need to have this calendar now. This is redundant. So if I click on the page editor, I can cancel that, delete that. Probably should change the wording of this a little bit. Yeah, let me change this to, you should have already received an email containing a confirmation purchase. You can access customer panel on the link email. You can also access customer panel from the link bottom page. Okay, so let me save that. So you can play around with that. I'm gonna hit done, publish. Yeah. So this is the customer panel link I was talking about. So the link and this link comes through to here, and what happens is if they enter their email address, which needs to be, of course, the email they used when they paid for the lessons, and hit send, they get sent a link which then accesses the panel for them. So they don't have to remember like a login username or login password. I think those things are fairly problematic most of the time. So I think this is a lot better, a lot smoother as a user experience. So I think that maybe covers it. Yeah, so I've talked about how we can use the actual calendar itself and the calendar functionality to create a package, and then so you can sell a package of lessons through your website, and we don't need to use any other third-party booking form tools. So let me stop sharing my screen here. So I hope that all makes sense. If you have any questions, please get in touch with me, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thank you.